Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Texas, the United States, deliver aid to tornado victims. And we learn how guide dogs are raised and trained here in Taiwan. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. Kicking off today's program in the United States. At the end of October, Texas was ravaged by a series of powerful storms, and tornadoes destroyed numerous homes in Alvin City. At the request of the local Red Cross, Tzu Chi carried out a disaster relief in the area.
Volunteers of the American Red Cross Central Texas chapter lead Tzu Chi volunteers into the disaster region.
This was one home. That's another home right there that was totally destroyed. This house right here also has a lot of damage to it. The very first one I went to was right down here at the end.
Here in Alvin City, Texas, debris and destroyed homes stretch as far as the eye can see. Volunteers of the local Red Cross are stationed outside the Disaster Service Center, distributing drinking water and cleaning equipment to affected residents. Receiving the Red Cross's call for help, the Tzu Chi Texas chapter also mobilized to assist with the relief distribution.
Your organization is really the first one that I call. I also work with them in the Chicago area, and I contacted them when I was in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago. Your organization is phenomenal in providing not only financial assistance, but your comfort kits. I've seen people walk out of the Multi-Agency Resource Center in tears.
Material aid came in the form of blankets and cash cards, while spiritual support came in the form of love as volunteers give residents a shoulder to lean on.
Moving south to Guatemala, recently Tzu Chi volunteers there traveled to Las Anonas, a medically deprived area in San Jose Pinula, to hold a free clinic helping 411 residents.
To safeguard the health of those living in Las Anonas, San Jose Pinula, the Tzu Chi Foundation is holding a free clinic. Tzu Chi volunteers teamed up with 6 doctors, 12 medical students, and faculty to provide services from various departments, including family medicine, dentistry, and gynecology.
We're here to help the needy. This girl suffers from a sore throat and hair loss. She also has developmental delay, but I think her condition will improve with the help of medication and rehabilitation. We will give her medication to control her illness. I want to thank God and the Tzu Chi Foundation. All of us will try our best to help.
Thanks to the free clinic, 411 residents living in this medically deprived area finally got their problems checked out.
Moving back to Asia, Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers will be holding a winter aid distribution in Chiang Mai on December 12th. Before the distribution, they travel to impoverished villages in the area to better understand the needs of local residents.
Tzu Chi volunteers traveled to Mae Ai district of Chiang Mai province to visit 93 villages in 7 townships.
There are 5 of you. There are 3 children in addition to the parents, right? Okay, thank you. We will go visit other families.
Ahead of the mid-December winter distribution in Chiang Mai, Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting impoverished families to understand their needs.
หนาวครับพ่อปีนี้
กำลังจะเริ่มวันนี้เนี่ยนะฮ้อนมาหลายวันแล้ว หนาวโคตรจ้างอ่ะฮ้อนเกินอ่ะ
มีผ้าห่มหนักกว่า
ก็มีคนผืนนี่คงจะมีอยู่แน่ คนละผืนเนี่ย
แล้วมันก็ว่ามันจะแบบกุ้มก็ครับสำหรับหน้าหนาวปีนี้
ก็ถ้ามันมากุ้มก็อดเอาอย่างนั้นน่ะเนาะ แค่กองไฟช่วยเขา
With evening temperatures dropping below 2 degrees Celsius in the mountainous regions, the volunteers are now ready to deliver supplies and much-needed care to families in need.
Next, we meet another distinguished doctor in Taiwan. Having practiced medicine for more than 43 years, Dr. Cao Wenlong of Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital is known by his younger peers as Father Cao. When the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital was established in 1986, Dr. Cao left his high-paying position in the city to serve the then medically deprived Hualien and later in 2000, he transferred to the Dalian Hospital for the same reason.
When it comes to his patients, Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital doctor Tzu Chi is always ready to lend an ear to listen to their concerns.
Dr. Cao is very thorough. He treats all patients alike without any discrimination. From the first patient down to the last, he displays the same sense of duty towards each one. He also makes small talk with his patients because he believes a doctor's duty should be to treat the whole person, not just the disease.
Leaving his high-paying position and cushy job to serve in the medically deprived eastern Taiwan, in the eyes of his younger peers, Dr. Cao is a true pioneer in the field of medicine.
Master Zeng Yan went through so much trouble to establish a hospital in Hualien, but doctors come and go all the time. So I volunteered to come here because I wanted to help the master set up a neurology team.
When Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital was established in 2000, it was confronted by a lack of medical personnel. Hearing his calling, Dr. Cao once again embarked on a new journey to Dalian.
The most logical thing to do would be to recruit attending doctors with the least amount of experience from Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital to support us in Dalian. But most of them knew they wouldn't be able to last long out here. I've said before, I hope my team stays intact. Wherever help is needed, that is where I will go.
With this belief in mind, even when it came time for Dr. Cao to retire 4 years ago, he decided to set up a support group for family members of dementia sufferers so that they may find mutual support and exchange coping skills with one another.
I'm really thankful to Dr. Cao for setting up this support group, which allows family members to exchange coping mechanisms with each other. Since every dementia sufferer displays different symptoms, we can find ways to provide them with better care and for us to cope with the pressures.
Whether it is providing inpatient care, educating people on how to maintain their health, or conducting house calls, Dr. Cao continues to serve with enthusiasm and selflessness. Having walked this path for 43 years, Dr. Cao says he is not ready to call it quits just yet.
Patients who need to be transferred from a clinic to a bigger hospital often have to go through the troubles of re-registering and rescheduling their lab work. To make sure such transfers are more efficient, the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital is partnering up with clinics in New Taipei City by rolling out an expedited transfer protocol called the Green Lane. Let's learn more. After checking on a patient, if you need additional information, we can send it to you through Line.
To make comprehensive care more readily available to patients, the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital is partnering up with clinics in New Taipei City. Deputy Superintendent Xu Rongyuan is visiting clinics in Xingdian and Zhonghe to explain the new Green Lane service.
After the patients are transferred here, we can take their x-rays and do their lab work, then send the results back to their clinic by Line. This will strengthen the collaboration between the clinics and our hospital.
The Green Lane service offers a single point of contact to facilitate better communication between the hospital and the clinics during such transfers. The 24-hour phone line and line service has won the support of the clinics.
With Green Lane, if a patient needs special treatment or service, we can immediately communicate with the related department in the hospital. This will save the patient a lot of troubles.
This new service allows the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital to take on a supportive role to these clinics. And when patients finish their required service at the hospital, they can conveniently visit their local clinics for follow-ups.
Guide dogs not only offer the visually impaired a more independent lifestyle, but also companionship as well. But training a guide dog is not as easy as it seems. Today we will learn how a dog can become a guide dog.
来找咪咪玩，咪咪。
Guide dog Pink and Mimi the cat are good friends, for they grew up together in this family. But soon, Pink will be leaving.
刚好有一个机会去看了一部那个导盲犬科。
We saw the movie Quill, which is about a guide dog's life, so we decided to become puppy raisers. I think it is more meaningful than keeping a pet.
那他现在都是一天吃2餐了。
6 weeks after a guide dog is born, it will live in a foster family until it is 18 months old, to familiarize itself with humans and also undergo basic training.
带小孩、教育小孩的一些方式。
It's like raising a child. We need to be patient and nurturing. We also have to learn to work with it and encourage it when it does well.
The Huangs have already successfully raised 3 puppies, and each one is treated like a family member. The family takes the dog wherever they go, even to the Orchid Island.
This helps our family as a whole. We now pay more attention to details and are more compassionate as we care for these guide dogs.
Pink 舍不得是肯定会。
Of course, it is hard to say goodbye, but we need to think positively, as it will be serving people in need. When children grow up, they need to go away for school and work as well. So it's a sad but meaningful goodbye.
After leaving their foster home, guide dogs will then start their official training. If a guide dog fails to stop at an intersection or when there is a difference in elevation, its trainer will repeat the exercise once more. A trainee will walk the dog as a blind man with a trainer by his or her side.
Where it did well and where it didn't are all documented. Then we will do the same exercise again. If it stops properly, then we will give it a treat.
Whether it is a veranda or a pedestrian crossing, there are always plenty of obstacles in a guide dog's way. Though the training is difficult, it must be done thoroughly.
We are like its teachers, but also take on the role of its parents. Depending on the character of each dog, we will have to adjust our methods as well.
With a guide dog's help, the life of a visually impaired can be enriched and also become more convenient. All this would not have been possible without the support of the foster families and guide dog trainers.
We now introduce you to young vegetarian Aimin Na. The 6th grader is a member of the school basketball team. Though she adopts a vegetarian diet, her teacher says her physical condition is better than that of other students.
Hi, I'm Aimin Na. I'm 12 years old and a student of Nanhu Elementary School. I play basketball in the student athlete program. I play the point guard position, so when others pass me the ball, I need to get it to center so she can try to make a shot. So I want to be in tip-top shape, which is healthier as well.
Don't give up chasing after the ball. Gotta try your best. Got it? If she didn't say anything, we wouldn't know she's a vegetarian. Her appearance and physical condition are no different from that of other students.
She doesn't eat meat, yet she's even taller than me.
When I was about to start 1st grade, my mother ordered vegetarian meals for me. Back then, I was very angry, and I told her I didn't want to. But in the end, I found vegetarian meals to be tasty and have gotten used to it. Now I don't want to eat meat anymore.
Mina's mother used to prepare vegetarian lunch for her. From this semester, she began to order school lunch. As few students order vegetarian meals in school, they need to go out of the classrooms to get their food.
我喜欢吃饭。
从我怀他的时候啊，我就下定决心要素食。
When I was pregnant, I decided to eat vegetarian. Ming-na is also very determined about it. Sometimes it's hard to find a vegetarian restaurant when we go out. If we are on an outing, we won't eat until we find a vegetarian restaurant. If we can't find one, we'll just go home and cook at home instead.
找到为止，如果没有找到，我们就会干脆就回家了，就不吃，回家做。
他煎那个红萝卜蛋。就跟妈妈学的，看就是平常看。
I learned by watching my mom. I'm not good at flipping it though. This is not my forte. My older sister is good at it.
煎大蛋，可是我姐姐很会。
If there are meat and vegetables in the soup, I'll just eat the vegetables. But Ming-na won't accept that. She insists on a totally meatless diet.
施工上人说要尊重生命。我就吃素。
Master Zheng Yan told us to respect all life, so I am a vegetarian, which means no animals are killed for their protein to sustain me. Vegetables and fruits have plenty of nutrients too. I think I made the right decision. I'm just as healthy as, if not healthier than my schoolmates.
一样，还会比以前还要好。
The second 2015 Overseas Volunteers Training Camp at the Tzu Chi Sanchong and Banqiao grounds in New Taipei City came to a close yesterday, November 18th. We now first go to the Sanchong grounds, where 331 trainees from Hong Kong, the Philippines, Cambodia, and Vietnam got certified.
Lu Yongda is from Hong Kong. He was an alcoholic for 30 years. Even his parents wished for him to stop drinking at their deathbeds. After meeting Master Zheng Yan, Lu was transformed.
My mom was very relieved. She told me, "Son, I want to go to Taiwan and thank the master because you have joined Tzu Chi." She had nagged me for 30 years. I started drinking when I was 14 years old until I was 44 years old.
No matter where they are from, these trainees have now become certified Tzu Chi volunteers. Take these two sisters from the Philippines, for example. Another sister of theirs is now in Nepal, helping post-earthquake recovery.
My dad and my younger brother, Shou Zheng, she's not here also. She was in Tacloban. And now we're going to Shou Zheng. She's in Nepal, but it's okay.
We will do our best and do more good deeds.
These Tzu Chi sisters are always cultivating blessing and wisdom.
大慈悲心，人人都可以做得到，但是要做到啊，智慧，真正的学佛智慧啊，那就有一点困难，因为佛的智慧，这是你要开阔你的心胸。
To help people, they decided to become Tzu Chi volunteers. They are not afraid of hard work. They will head towards the direction of goodness together.
Since volunteer certification marks a commitment to walk the Bodhisattva path, at the Tzu Chi Sanchong grounds, Master Zheng Yan praised all for overcoming obstacles, to make good vows and shoulder responsibilities. Let's take a look.
One has to look closely to notice that this newly certified volunteer from Malaysia, Chen Pingling, is visually impaired. Once she contemplated suicide because of her eye disease.
I feared school and people because I grew up in a single-parent family. I never lived with my parents.
Master Zheng Yan's teachings helped Chen regain her confidence and optimism. Today, she's meeting the master for the first time.
心眼比肉眼重要，要心眼要照顾好大家都是互相用爱陪伴但是自己要很努力
The master's words of encouragement, in addition to the support of her Dharma family, helped Chen learn from her heart.
这种的一心一志啦，愿意来受证，师父看在心里呢，感动啦。 看在眼里，感动在心里我也是默默的为他们来祝福那各位，你们的健康就是宝，你们的发心呢，那就是宝藏。
Having overcome their physical disabilities, the volunteers have proven that, with love and resolve, one can conquer challenges and obstacles in life.
Now we go to the Tzu Chi Banjiao grounds and hear from Malaysia volunteer Huang Jingwei, who was certified along with his wife. But first, let's hear from staff members from the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center in Guandu had to share with camp participants.
Staff members of the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center, including those from the programming, news, broadcasting and publishing departments, take to the stage to share with some 400 overseas volunteers how media can exert an overall positive influence in society.
I feel blessed to be a DaAi TV news anchor because I see moving stories of humanity being broadcast every day. All of you here can experience that same feeling. All you need to do is tune in to DaAi TV.
As a media person, I take it upon myself to share inspiring stories of society with members of the public.
Huang Jingwei first joined Tzu Chi with the hope of improving his relationship with his child at home. Over time, Huang learned to accept that each child has their own strengths and weaknesses. Now, Huang is in Taiwan to be with his wife as she receives her certification.
All parents love their children very much. Some just don't know how to show it.
We are all working towards the same goal. We are all parts of the Tzu Chi family, so I cherish this affinity to be walking the Tzu Chi path with my husband.
With her husband supporting her along the way, Huang Xiufeng says now that she is certified, she's ready to shoulder more responsibilities in Tzu Chi.
Earlier in June in Indonesia, a military transport crashed in a residential area in Medan shortly after taking off from the Sewendo Air Force Base. The crash killed a total of some 100 people, including all those on board. After sending home all the identifiable bodies, the Indonesian military decided to hold a joint funeral service for all the unidentifiable bodies at the military base. Tzu Chi volunteers who were on site since the disaster were also there to pay their respects.
On June 30th, a military cargo plane crashed shortly after takeoff in Medan, instantly killing all those on board as well as people on the ground. After concluding a 3-month investigation, all those that cannot be identified are to be buried at the Sewendo Air Force Base. Tzu Chi volunteers have come to pay their respects. In the wake of the incident, the volunteers immediately mobilized to offer their support as well as delivering consolation cash to bereaved family members.
We are grateful for the love and care Tzu Chi volunteers have provided us. No matter if it's in terms of material aid or consolation cash, we have felt their warmth.
The military is also grateful for the volunteers' assistance. After the funeral service, the volunteers vowed to continue to provide their love and support.
We hope the family members of the deceased can bravely face the difficult days ahead and live life to the fullest.
In providing a shoulder to cry on, Tzu Chi volunteers hope their friendship helps to ease the pain and suffering for all those in need.
A bone marrow donation drive was held at the Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology, where 120 people signed up to become donors. A bone marrow receiver also appeared in person to speak about how the donation in 2012 saved him from leukemia. We join the event at the end of today's program. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.